Good morning everyone, this is Saujanya, working as Assistant Professor in CSE Department at GRIT. In this lecture, we are going to learn about virtualization structure, tools and mechanism. Next part. Here, we need to learn what is a binary translation with full virtualization. Here, hardware virtualization can be classified into two categories. One is full virtualization and second one is the host-based virtualization. Full virtualization, it relies on binary translation. Non-critical instructions will be there. So what are the non-critical instructions in the full virtualization is it will run on the hardware directly. They do not control hardware or threaten the security of the system. What are the critical instructions in the full virtualization? It will all are privileged. They can control and behavior sensitive and also discovered and replaced with the traps into the virtual machine monitor. How the structure will be there. Binary translation of the guest OS, how it will be there. See, virtual machine VMware implements this approach as illustrated in the figure. Here we are having the host computer system hardware. On the top of we are having the virtual machine monitor, guest OS. On the top of that one we are having the user apps. Here in place of each stage we are calling it as a ring 0, ring 1, ring 2 and ring 3. So here like this binary translation will be there from the guest OS to virtual machine to host computer. Whereas the user apps then directly connect with the host computer system. Here it inserts the virtual machine mounted at ring 0 and the guest OS at ring 1. The virtual machine monitor scans the instruction stream for critical instructions. If they are identified, they are trapped into the virtual machine and emulates the behavior of these instructions. This emulation method is known as the binary translation. Therefore, full virtualization combines binary translation and direct execution. The guest OS is completely decoupled from the underlying hardware. The guest OS is unaware that it is being virtualized. The performance of the full virtualization may not be ideal because it uses binary translation, which is time consuming. It employs a code cache to store translated hot instructions to improve the performance, but this increases the cost of the memory usage. Next one is the host-based virtualization. In this approach, a virtualization layer is installed on the top of the host OS. See here, this is the host-based virtualization. Before it is the some other virtualization, right? So here physical hardware is there. On the top of we are having the host OS. On the top of this one we are installing that virtualized software. Here is some of the application we can install. This is a virtual machine, guest OS, like this. Host based virtualization is like this. Here the host OS is responsible for managing the hardware. Here the guest OS are installed and run on the top of the virtualization layer. Dedicated applications may run on the virtual machines. Some other applications can also run with the host OS directly. Advantages. Here we are having some of the advantages with the host virtualization. The user can install this virtual machine architecture without modifying the host OS. The virtualizing software can rely on the host OS to provide device drivers and other low-level services. This will simplify the virtual machine design and ease its deployment. The host-based approach appeals to many host machine configurations. Next one is the para-virtualization with compiler support. We already learned that what is the para-virtualization, full virtualization, emulation virtualization in the last lecture. Here, para-virtualization needs to modify the guest operating system. Means we can also modify the guest operating system. That para-virtualization reduces the virtualization overhead and improve the performance by modifying the guest OS kernel. The guest operating system are para-virtualized shown in the figure. See here hardware, hypervisor. Here we are installing a para-virtualized guest OS, means we can modify the guest OS when we are using the para-virtualization. Here how it will be there. Host computer hardware, virtualization layer. In the before one, we are having that directly virtual machine will be installed on the ring 0, but whereas here after the virtualization layer, para virtualized guest OS is installed here. Then on the top of that one, we are installing the user apps. Always the user app direct connection with the host computer. Whereas here this para-virtualized and guest OS and the virtual layers are first guest OS will be communicated with the virtualization layer, then the virtualization will be communicated with the host computer. This hypercalls to the virtualization layer replace the non-virtualizable OS instructions. This is the OS virtualization with compiler support. With the compiler support, it replaces the non-virtualizable OS instruction by hypercalls. Para-virtualization handles this instruction at compile time. The guest OS kernel is modified to replace the privileged and sensitive instruction with hypercalls to the hypervisor or VMM. The traditional x86 processor offers 4 instruction execution rings. Here we are having the ring 0 to 3, that is 0, 1, 2, 3. And the lower link number, the higher the privilege of instruction being executed. The OS is responsible for managing the hardware and the privileged instruction to execute at ring 0, while user level applications can run at the ring 3. The guest OS running in a guest domain may run at ring 1 instead of at ring 0. This implies that the guest OS may not be able to execute some privileged and sensitive instructions. The privileged instructions are implemented by hypercalls to the hypervisor. After replacing the instruction with the hypercalls, the modified guest OS emulates the behavior of the original guest OS. Here, next one is the para-virtualization architecture. When the x86 processor is virtualized, a virtualization layer is inserted between the hardware and the OS. According to the x86 ring definition, the virtualization layer should always be installed at the ring 0. Different instructions at ring 0 may cause some problems. Compared with the full virtualization, para-virtualization is relatively easy and more practical. The virtualization products employ the para-virtualization architecture. Examples for this is the popular Xen, KVM, and VMware's enterprise server virtualization platforms like ESX, that we are calling as Elastic SkyX, or ESXi, Elastic SkyX Integrated. So in this video, we are learned that an extension of virtualization structure, tools and mechanism with the para-virtualization and its structure and everything. Hope everyone understood about this topic. Thank you.